Hi and welcome to lesson 4. Today we're filming in a place called Kalgoorlie, which is about 6 hours east of Perth, and as you can see it's pretty desert bound. So the principle of the class for today is all around using body preps, preparing the muscles for the poses that we're going to go into. So we're going to work with the Ardho Mukhasvanasana, which is the dog posture, and we're going to do a lot of preparation for that because it's a good stretch down your hamstrings, down through the length of your back. And in all of the lessons that I teach, we always include some muscle preparation so that you're ready to go into the posture. And you'll find the postures a lot easier to move into. So we're going to start just connecting in with our breath. So I'll just invite you to lie down on the mat, just bringing your hands onto your belly. And just starting to breathe deeply into your belly. And just feel yourself settle on the mat with each exhalation. Just taking a few breaths, really breathing in, feeling your body expanding. And as you breathe out, just allowing your body to settle. Just finding some length through your neck by bringing your chin to your chest. Maybe just extending out through your legs. Just notice your breath. Two or three more breaths in this way. And then we're going to start some gentle movements. So I'll just invite you to bring your feet up so they're flat on the mat and just taking your arms out at shoulder height. Beginning to draw the heels back towards the bottom. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just allow your knees to drop to the right and your head to the left. Let's take a few breaths here. So we're just easing out your lower back at the moment. Drawing your abdominal muscles back towards your spine, using your core to raise your legs up. Dropping the head down to the right, the knees to the left. So just noticing if there's a difference on each side. If it's too much for your back, you can just take your feet a little bit further away from your hips, your bottom. Tummy muscles drawn in, raising up, dropping down to your right, head to your left. Core on, raising up, dropping down to your left, head to your right. Lovely. And then bringing your arms up, knees to chest, and just give your back a gentle rock from side to side. And then just coming onto your side, we're going to come up into a standing position. And we're going to start to just free your back out. So once you come up to standing, just bring your feet to about hip width apart. And we're just going to start to move into our twisting movement. So fairly gently, just traveling one side and the other. So remembering to keep your arms really loose. And then just taking your feet that little bit wider, raising your hands up to about the middle of your body. So we're just gently warming your body up at this stage. And then starting to tap onto your shoulders. That's it. down. Just let your head follow around from your spine. And then starting to travel back down the front of your body to the middle, and then back around your hips. And then just slowing, just let that movement come to a natural stop. And that's it. Great. So for this movement, just have your feet about hip width apart again. We're just going to start to move into your shoulders. So just lifting one shoulder up, circle it back. Just letting your shoulders and elbows be really loose. And then start to bring that movement into your elbow. And you can see that I've added just a gentle knee bend that gives me a little bit more twist in my spine. And then I'm going to start to take my focus to my hand and raise it up as I circle round. And you can inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. And then start to bring your attention back to your elbow, so you're lifting through the elbow. And then back into your shoulders. Lovely. And just giving your arms and legs a shake. Okay, so what we're going to do now is if you just bring your hands in front of your heart, just take your feet a little bit wider, and your feet won't stay static for this. You can move them as you sway from side to side. So you're going to take your hands and just make them into the shape of a figure eight on its side. So this is a really lovely way to open up your back. And then we're going to start to flow with that movement. So I'm going to just move my feet a little. And you want to start to, if you're happy to close your eyes, just closing your eyes, just start to feel into the movement. Just notice where you want to feel that you're opening your back as you stretch over from one side to the other. And bringing your arms up maybe to just give yourself a stretch, a really good stretch through the sides of your body. Let's just move into another twist. Or just flow with wherever you feel that you want to move. With this movement, you can travel down to your feet. Just let your lower back release. Just move in wherever you wish. And then coming back up. And then maybe slowing the movement down as you travel back through the center of your chest. Just making that movement smaller and smaller till eventually your hands rest in front of your heart. Just take a few breaths. And then just relaxing your hands down. We're going to move into a forward bend. But we're going to do it from side to side. So I'll actually bring my feet to hip width apart here. If we start on the right side, I'm going to inhale up. You might want to watch this movement if you haven't seen it before. Exhale, you travel down, travel across. Once you get to your left, bend into your knees and start to slowly uncurl. And then you push down back to your left, travel to the right, you're going to inhale and slowly uncurl. So let's try that together. So let's start with our hands at the right side of your body. You're going to inhale. Exhale, push down. And just let your head and neck be loose. Just come down to where you're comfortable. We're going to inhale, raise up. Exhale, push down. So you're breathing out. Traveling across. We're going to inhale. Exhale, push down. Traveling across. Gonna inhale, push up, exhale, push down, travel across, inhale, pushing up. Last time to your right, exhale, push down. And then this time, just keep your hands in the center between your feet. You might have your hands on your knees. Any issues with sciatica, just keep your hands on your knees, don't go any further. We're gonna take the feet that little bit wider now. You're going to turn your feet over to the right. Just rest your hands on your thighs for now. And then we're going to drop down. And drop your hands down as far as you can. And just let your head come down towards your knee. You may just have your hands on your knees at this stage. We just want to get into your hamstring and give it a good stretch. So just take a few breaths here. And then you're going to bend into that front knee. Draw your abdominal muscles back and just slowly walk your body back up, uncurling your spine. Take your feet across to the opposite side. And then we're going to take both feet to the left this time and just slowly drop down to wherever you're comfortable to come to. You can soften into that front knee if you wish and just have a lovely stretch through your hamstrings. Just taking a few breaths here. Remembering you can use your exhalation. Take it as you breathe out, your focus to the point that you can feel is the tightest, and just imagine, feel it loosening as you exhale, just easing the muscle out as it stretches. And then bending into that front knee, start to use your core to slowly uncurl, coming back up to center and bring your feet back together. So just giving your arms and legs a shake. There's just a couple more stretches that we need to do before we move into the dog posture itself. Okay, so let's move into the hamstring stretch now. So the hamstring is the muscle that's stretched the most in the dog posture. So we want to take a bit of time to stretch it out before we move into Ardho Mukhasvanasana, the dog posture. So what we're going to do is just take our feet to hip width, well, about 2 hip widths apart. Just turning your feet to the right. Now there's a bit of a balance required here. So if you just want to lift your back foot up and then step back and push your heel down so that you're getting a stretch through the back of your calf. And just turn your hips forward, draw your abdominals in. You can bend your left leg and just push down through your calf. And we're just going to move into warrior as we stretch the arms up so we can open the upper body at the same time. Stretch and lift through your hips to your fingertips. Push down on your calf. And then we lower down. Great. So stepping forward with your right foot to meet your left. And then you're going to step back again with your right foot, but just about foot width back. And we're going to stretch the soleus muscle that's right at the back of your ankle. So pushing down. And it's almost like you're sitting on a stool. So just feeling there's not much weight put through my front foot here. And you'll just have to play around with finding the point where you actually stretch the back of your ankle. So just moving around there. I've got it. Till I feel that. And then I just sink down, not too much, but enough so that you can feel that you're moving into that stretch. Pushing down. Just let the weight do the job for you, actually. And then lifting up, just give your leg a shake. And then we'll do exactly the same on the left side, or the opposite side. So you're going to step back, push down with that left heel, so bending into your right knee or the front knee. Find the point that you get the stretch. Again, your core is engaged, hips face the front of the mat, just push down into your heel. You might be more flexible on one side than the other. And then we're going to raise the arms up, bring the palms together. As though someone's drawing your palms towards the sky, lift out from your hips, push down so you get a stronger stretch through the back heel. Really pushing down, let it stretch out. Lovely, hands come down, stepping forward. And again, we'll stretch the soles on the opposite side. So stepping about a foot width back, just sinking down into your imaginary stool. Find that stretch on the back of the back ankle. Sink into it. Lovely. And then just give your feet, arms and legs a shake. So we're going to come down now for one more stretch before we move into the dog posture. So I'll just invite you to come down, sink into your knees, coming down onto the mat. Wrists and shoulders are aligned, knees and hips. You may want to put a cushion between this part of your legs here to sink back if it's a bit too much pressure on your knees. Otherwise, we're going to sink down and just start to stretch, really reach your arms forward. You might want a cushion for your head, or just let your head rest down onto the mat. So you'll start to feel that you're getting a really good stretch through your back. And you want to feel like someone's pushing your hips towards your feet and drawing your shoulders and arms in the opposite direction. Bringing your awareness to the palms of your hands. We're just going to lift the fingers off and your thumbs off the mat. Just becoming aware of the padding on your palms, and then let your fingers rest down. Push down into the padding on your palms. Push down into your little fingers and open your shoulders. Push down into your thumbs, just feeling that support for your wrists. Take a few breaths here. Lovely. And then start to bring your hands back under your shoulders and just come up to a comfortable seated position. And I'm going to demonstrate the dog posture for you now. So the alignment's the same. So when we talked about the padding of your fingers and your thumb, this is where it's important to protect your wrists. So your middle fingers are pointing directly forwards towards your mat. Wrists are under, but you're feeling the padding of your thumb and all of your fingers so that your wrists are supported. Knees are under shoulders. I'm just going to tuck my toes in, take a breath, move my weight slightly forward, and as I breathe out, lift up. And then I'm just going to invite you, once you come up into this position in a minute, to push down your heels. Your heels might not go all the way to the floor. Remember, I've been practicing yoga for a long, long time. So my body's used to this movement. And my head, the weight of my head is just down towards my hands, so you'll feel that you get that length through your spine. So bringing your knees down to come out. Okay, so if you want to join me in this position, just placing your hands with your index in the middle, fingers pointing forwards, knees and wrists aligned. Just feeling that length through your spine. You're going to tuck your toes under, Weight comes slightly forward. When you're ready to breathe out, push up. Just take your hips into the air and start to bend one knee and then the other. You might want to put some blocks or cushions under your heels if that feels a bit better for you. So just stretch out the calves. Just feeling into that movement, and then just being aware of your head as it lowers down. The ears and inside of your arms are lined. Lovely. And then we're going to come back down to the mat. So the next movement we're going to come back into the dog again. We'll do this all together. So just get in your alignment into your correct position, wrists, shoulders, knees, hips. Feeling into the pads of your palms. This time, exhale and engage your core. Tuck the toes under. Inhale slightly forward. Exhale, we're going to push up. And just come up onto your toes here. Just going to bring my feet slightly in. And then we're going to drop the heels down. Now, I always like to keep my knees bent in the dog posture so that I can get that length through my spine. I'm going to just unbend them slightly, but I want to feel that my back is straight. So just pushing through your heels, lifting your hips to the ceiling. Just letting the back, the whole of your back lengthen out. Head is heavy towards the floor. Weight is through each pad of your palm, protecting your wrists. 2 more breaths. Lovely. And then bringing your knees down to the mat, bring your toes together. Just drop back to your heels and stretch your back out. So the knees are separate. Let your head drop to the mat, either resting on your cushion. And just take a couple of breaths here. Let yourself rest down. And then when you're ready, hands come under the shoulders and come back to a comfortable seated position. And then it's time to move over to a very well-deserved relaxation. So you'll find when we do postures like the dog posture that can be quite strong, that you'll have a deeper relaxation, because as you come down onto the mat, sort of let yourself rest down. So I look forward to seeing you next lesson. Namaste.